So according to Frank, get everybody together, have a little powwow, and then go to the boss and say, we're all mad. I would say, don't waste your time. That's not going to happen. If you just want to get fired or quit, just go get fired or quit. Don't waste your time trying to do that because you're not going to get anywhere with that. Number 2 bullet would be to join the APTA. So now, in Frank's defense here, he has stated that he is not a fan of the APTA, but what he is saying is that if you're not a member of the APTA, then the APTA doesn't hear your voice, so you need to join the APTA in order to make your voice heard and let them know that you're not happy about what's going on. Guess what? The APTA already knows that you're not happy, and they don't care. So once again, the APTA is a big conglomeration. Their bills are getting paid. They're making money. They already know that you're not happy. They don't care about that. Go to CSM and take a look at what's going on there. Tell me that that looks like what you want our profession to be doing. Selling gimmicks, selling garbage, putting people on garbage machines to control or calm down their symptoms. That's all that is, okay? And all the APTA's messaging is, we've been doing this forever and we're gonna make it better. No. What happened to the APTA's Vision 2020? Absolute garbage. They pushed that forever. Was a terrible idea. And we're in the same position in 2024 that we were when I was in PT school in 1998. Okay, so the APTA is not going to change whether you're a member or you're not a member. They're going to listen to the people that they like to listen to that say, oh, the APTA is fantastic. They do so much for us, even though they don't do jack shit. The APTA is not going to care. So joining the APTA and getting this groundswell going is not going to change anything. He also goes into that we need to make sure that the APTA has one single message that we're sending out to all of the consumers out there. Okay, that's great, but the APTA's message is going to be, we love physical therapy. Do physical therapy because it makes you feel better. People have heard that message. People have figured out that physical therapy doesn't work. Why do you think the majority of people don't finish their physical therapy plan? Why do you think, I think it's like 40 or 50% of patients don't even show up for their second visit because they figured out on their first visit that their physical therapist is clueless and they're not going to get any better, so why waste their time? Okay, so the APTA's message is going to be a broken message that people have already heard. So getting the APTA to put a new marketing campaign together when there's actually nothing of substance behind it is not going to solve any problems. Okay. So Frank also says that the APTA should be marketing to consumers. So remember, the APTA, the head of the APTA and the board of the APTA or the higher ups of the APTA are making the money they want to make. That's all they care about. It's the same as any other business. The APTA is not sitting there going, boy, I'm really worried that we have all of these new grads that are going to go out there and get confused and get burned out within the next 2 years. They're not saying that. They're saying, oh, I still got my Mercedes outside? Cool, I'm good. Keep going. We'll get more people to get through PT school and we'll push them into the broken system. They'll burn out, but no problem. We'll be replacing them without any problems. Okay, so joining the APTA, getting your friends together to join the APTA and try to get the APTA to come together and have a marketing scheme that goes to consumers to tell consumers to go to physical therapy is not going to solve any problems. All right. Now, his third bullet point is educate the public. Okay. What are we going to educate the public about? Because here's what the majority of the message is from the broken medical model and the broken physical therapy model. If you have pain, stick needles in it. If you have pain, put cups on it. If you have pain, put tape on it. If you have pain, roll it. If you have pain, Theragun it. If you have pain, massage it. So there's the message. That's the message that most people get. So when people come into my clinic and ask, why don't you have cups and needles and all that kind of stuff, then I actually go and educate them as to why we don't do any of that crap, because that stuff doesn't do anything to fix the root cause of your problem or even address or even figure out what the root cause is. So why would we be doing that? So how are we going to educate the public when our messaging is all over the place. So I hear this all the time. Physical therapists need to have autonomy, and they need to be able to do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, for whatever reason what they want to do, because that's autonomy, and you're a doctor of physical therapy that should be able to do whatever you want to do. I'm wondering where it comes into that we say doctors should be using science to treat root cause and get to the patient's problem in order to resolve the root cause of their problem and normalize function by using critical thinking and scientific standards that we've had for centuries. Instead, what we say is find something that people think feels good, and do whatever they think feels good, and do more of that until they feel better, even though they're not getting any better. It doesn't matter. Just trick them and do that, and charge them a copay, and then charge them cash pay for an hour visit when it's absolutely ridiculous to spend an hour with a patient doing garbage treatment. Okay, so this gets us to where Frank's 3-point bullets are: number one, gather all your coworkers together and go tell your boss you don't like the way things are working, and think that your boss is going to renegotiate contracts with insurance companies because insurance companies are the problem. No. Number two, join the APTA because you can change what the APTA is doing by getting this groundswell, and then the APTA is going to market directly to consumers, and consumers already figured out they don't care about physical therapy anyway. And number three, educate the public and make sure they understand that we have things like direct access to physical therapy that doesn't work, that they don't return to their treatments for. Why would we do that? I don't know. Okay, so here's where Frank and I, and basically myself and everybody else, differs. So people that go cash and people that want to do all this stuff and think that they can fix physical therapy, their focus is on that the problem is insurance. Insurance is not the problem. Their focus is the problem is that patients don't know what we do. That's not the problem. Their focus is that physical therapists don't make enough money. That's not the problem. Okay. The problem is, and what we didn't hear in Frank's breakdown here is, patients get shitty outcomes.